What is up, everyone? I am out here in Tahoe down there. I decided to try out some running today because I've got to start doing some more cardio. I'm just getting like lazy and I'm losing way too much fitness. I've been doing pretty solid in the gym, but there's nothing like cardio. Getting out here and getting that heart rate up. There's just no substitute really for it. So I'm gonna see how long I can last. Probably not too crazy. I'm kind of treating this as like one of my walking and talking videos, but just trying to run so I just cover more distance today. It feels good to be out here running on some single track trails. There's something primal about just running in the woods on dirt. It feels like you're so engaged with just having to run across snow and through stony rock beds, navigating puddles and tree limbs. It's just really great how you have to stay focused the whole time. The problem is I'll do a run and I'll just go way too far, wear myself out, be totally sore, and just not run again for another like 3 weeks or more. So I've got to really like build in gradually into whatever sport it is. Since I can't really ride a bike since I don't have one right now, I suppose running is the only option that I've got. Hopefully this audio too is coming through. I put this cat tail on the microphone because it's pretty windy out and I'm also running into the wind, so I've got the double whammy. I don't know if you can see down this valley, but it's so cool. There's this open field and then there's like all these boulders and rocks down there. It's just really picturesque right now. There's definitely a lot more snow than I was thinking. Like, this road generally doesn't have snow, and I'm just surprised that it hasn't melted yet. Generally, we're pretty low right here in the valley, and it's all gone by now, and with this winter being so light. But at least I can run on top of it. Boy, when the trail starts heading up, that's when it gets rough. Man, especially hard in this snow because you can't get any traction. Sometimes you just sink right through and you gotta dig your feet out. So I suppose walking these sections is gonna have to be not a possibility, a reality. So yesterday I was talking about Nick Shirley's video on the Muslims and the Christians debating in Dearborn, Michigan. Boy, first off, I am so thankful that I do not live there and I don't have to deal with BS like that at all. There's none of that like hatred and animosity towards each other here. It's kind of just we live and we get along. So it's entertaining, I guess, to see, but it's also for me very scary because I see a lot of American kids who have the Islamic background talking about supporting Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, and that they would support other countries other than America. And even if you don't support Trump and the war and the immigration, we still have a duty to this country and we should serve our countries before others. And I think it's called being a traitor when you sell out your own country for another one. And if you want to support another country. This might sound extremist, but maybe you should apply for a passport and citizenship in that country and renounce your American citizenship. That seems fair. And also, if you really support these other countries, you should probably go there and give 100%. But in reality, I think that these people were spawned in the US just to create turmoil here on our home soil. And the indoctrination is so strong. You know, my belief systems also are going to go along with what I feel benefits me. And so my opinion of wanting to create a Christian nation goes along with benefiting my own life. I think it also benefits a lot of other Americans, probably the majority, over us changing our culture for the few who want to come in and corrupt us from the inside. And honestly, when I think and talk about what Trump's doing, he's serving to my benefit, much more than Biden. Maybe not Obama, but that was such a long time ago, it seems. It was like a whole different world when Obama was in office. And our issues today, sure, immigration is a problem, and so is the religious sect. And I think the two go hand in hand, because illegal immigration allows people to come over, they spawn in their kids in America, but they keep them within the societal culture of wherever they came from and where they wanted to escape from. So then I question, if you really wanted to escape your country, you should be accepting American culture and society. But if you wanted to come in and sabotage it from within using multi-generational kids here, then you would maintain your own culture here and try to make it your own Somalia number 2 or Iran number 2, etc. Anyways, let's keep this jam going. I've been blabbing enough here. It's gonna be tough running. It's like so much snow on these trails that you can't even really see them. Here we go. Well, I'm about 3.5 miles in, 47 minutes. Not bad. I mean, slow, 3.5 miles, but I did come from down there in the valley, and I came up this trail, which is kind of like this, just tons of snow, trying to blast through, so it wasn't super quick. But you know what? Just getting out here, giving it the attempt is what matters. So, going back to my last couple videos, I don't know if I really want to stay on this topic of Islamicness. I do find it really interesting though, just the history of it and just following all the drama of what's coming into our country. And so I guess I'm gonna make videos on it and probably not be as positive towards it as some people would like, because it's like their baby and they don't want to hear anything negative about these minority groups from other countries coming in. But honestly, I don't even care. There's plenty of channels that will be Islamic apologists online. The Young Turks or Hassan Piker. You can go watch them. But I'm gonna give my own opinion on this channel, since it's the channel that I've created, and I guess talk about things that I deem as worthwhile. Because just making go-lucky content and like, wow, look at this mountainside, look at the outdoors, I don't know. it's nice, but I feel like I could combine it with other things as well. And for good or bad, maybe try to make some kind of a difference. And so I'm going to talk about what's going on in my mind and the current issues, I suppose, that are plaguing America. And, you know, if I could get out of this country and go to like a European country as easily as people come to the US, I would totally do it. I'd do everything that they're doing. I'd spawn kids in another country. I would take advantage of their lax healthcare systems. And I would try to probably commit the same amount of fraud. I mean, right now I'm living in a car, but heck, if I could live in a mansion and drive a Maybach or some kind of BMW M5 and make $1 million+ a year, I would totally do it. Especially if my religion encouraged me to do it. And then maybe I'd have 4 wives along with it. That's not what I want, but perhaps if that's what was told me, what was appropriate and good, and that my sins will be washed away by the blood of the sword rather than Christ on the cross. And if I died, I'd have 72 virgins, like reoccurring spawning virgins. I mean, if I was like an IQ of 60, maybe I'd buy it. But I think I'm too smart for it. And I think a lot of you guys out there are too. And if you have been reading as much as I have about this religious sect of the world, I think that you might have second thoughts. I'm not coming about this in an uninformed way, you could say. I mean, I am uninformed for sure, but I'm at least taking the steps and I'm learning more. And as despicable as I think it is, I think it's really interesting. And it's also just fascinating how people get drawn into these cults, and maybe they're lost and they have no hope at all anymore. And for sure, I've been there. And if something like this religion gave me a community and a brotherhood, I think I would be susceptible to it. And perhaps go down more of an extreme path. Who knows? Maybe I'll go down more of an extreme path on the Christianity side. Who knows? I can't keep living the same way I am, I think, and not become more extreme on one side or the other. You know, life is hard. It's probably not going to get any easier. And so maybe just learning about each side and, you know, conflicting opinions, maybe that's what will help some of us, especially me, get through hard times. And just think about the overall greater good for society here in America. But I think that word is going to get more extreme. You see Quebec and Canada banning prayers in public and outlawing Sharia law. And you know, Daniel, before he was thrown into the lion's den, he was praying in public, and that was also against the law at the time. And so it would be hypocritical of me to say, let's ban all Muslimic public prayer, and yet think that Christians should have that right. Now, the way that it was being done in Quebec was in the middle of the street with like 30 people, so they were blocking traffic and just causing disruptions to society, which I don't agree with. You should do it quietly in public if you're going to. That would be my, at least, opinion on the matter, and maybe a way of people getting along. Look at the mountains over here though. Whoa, it was just amazing countryside. Well, 5 miles in, just over an hour. So at least I'm keeping a good pace when it's not just purely uphill through the snow. At least I'm somewhat holding kind of a good pace. Hopefully some of these videos make sense. I have been so exhausted this last couple of weeks. And I keep asking, boy, why am I so tired? Maybe I'm just getting older. Then I remember like, oh yeah, I went to bed at like 10 and I woke up at 3 a.m. to start doing airport rides on Uber. So I'm basically just eating some chicken and salad and then getting up super early, going to the gym every day and wondering why I'm tired. It's just not taking care of myself at all, along with not enough sleep and a lot of exercise. Not like a ton of exercise, but like a good amount, an hour and a half a day, along with stress. And I think that the stress of life is almost the worst detriment to my overall health and energy levels. Because for 44, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. You know, I can come out and run a hard 6 miles out here relatively easily. You know, I can sit and reach. I can do back bends for a couple minutes. So like my overall strength and cardio and flexibility, I think it's pretty solid. There's just like a few things that I've got to like tweak. And sadly, I just don't have the control over it right now because all the business is at like 3:30 a.m. until 10, and then from like 7 to 10 p.m. at night. And so I kind of have to burn the candle on both ends, and it sucks. I'm really looking for like a job that pays decently, so that way I can afford to at least live more like a human and have like a dog or a cat as a pet companion. And also, you know, just getting out of the car, I think whether it's even like a trailer or a Sprinter van, I think that like the housing part getting solved along with like a better, more structured job, as much as I hate structure and like being told what to do, I think it would really be beneficial. But I just wouldn't be able to afford the housing and a car making $20 to $23 an hour. It's just not feasible, and I'd have to give up one of those. And the thing is, I've lost housing so many times that I have major PTSD about not having a bigger 3-row SUV or some kind of a van, minivan that is, that I could sleep and live in. I just wouldn't be able to live without one of those vehicles as a backup. And there's just no jobs that would give me the ability to have both of those elements in my life. And so it's stressful just looking for a job that would pay me that. Or do I just continue on the Uber thing and grinding out, 70 hours a week on the app? Not necessarily driving people, but just continually being on the app and monitoring it to make sure that I get all the reserved rides that come my way. And it's stressful because, man, just like being on your phone, watching, being that Pavlov's dog, it's hard on your psyche. And I think that just the lack of good quality sleep every night, being in the car, obviously losing Nix, the cat, and just everything being so expensive. It's a lot to handle. But, you know, I'm giving it my best foot forward. And if sometimes like my opinions seem pretty extreme, I mean, you just have to realize that the life that I'm coming from at the moment is tough, and seeing the level of unfairness in our country really makes me angry. And I'm trying to keep it like within reason. I'm just continually getting more frustrated with this country and the way it's going. And if we need to go into wars to fight this evil invasion and stop these evil countries from getting nuclear bombs and just disrupting the entire world on the false prophet of Muhammad or whatever religion it is, doesn't matter. Christians can do the same thing. But at least we have Christ, who, through peace, wants to bring people into the religion, not by force, and if not by force, death. And so that's where I'm going to leave it. I might be a bit tired right now. So, but anyways, thank you for watching. Sticking to it to the end. I know these videos are getting relatively long, and I'm trying to just like cut them down in length. But you know what? I've been blabbing a lot. I've been having lots of opinions. And so I guess that's the way it is. And I'm just kind of putting the message out there, I suppose. And hopefully people think about their own privileges and what they have going for them, and then just to think about the other people who are struggling. And you know, for better or worse, our life experiences molds our characters in a way and sends each one of us down a direction. Maybe it's not for the best. Maybe it is. Maybe we're on the wrong side of history, but we just won't know until history becomes history, and the present will eventually become that. All right, I'm done. 5.5 miles, hour 10, not bad.